Something is wrong with the Sphinx. For centuries, we thought we knew its age, its builders, its purpose. But on its weathered body lie scars that don't belong to a desert, marks left by storms ancient Egypt was never supposed to witness. If these clues are real, then the Sphinx might be thousands of years older than the pyramids themselves, older than the pharaohs, older than all our history books. And the truth hiding in its stone could rewrite our past.
Something is wrong with the Sphinx. For centuries, we thought we knew its age, its builders, its purpose. But on its weathered body lie scars that don't belong to a desert. Marks left by storms ancient Egypt was never supposed to witness. If these clues are real, then the Sphinx might be thousands of years older than the pyramids themselves, older than the pharaohs, older than all our history books, and the truth hiding in its stone could rewrite our past.
For thousands of years, the Great Sphinx has watched over the Giza Plateau, a silent guardian carved from the desert floor. Half lion, half human, but wholly mysterious. Archaeologists tell us it's about 4,500 years old. But on its ancient body, something doesn't match that story. Deep vertical scars, curved channels, weathering that doesn't belong to a desert. These marks tell a different tale, a tale of water, heavy rainfall, storms. Today we're opening one of history's greatest cold cases. Did the Sphinx stand under rain thousands of years before pharaohs ruled Egypt? And if so, who carved it? And what does that say about forgotten chapters of human civilization? Get ready. You're about to step into one of the biggest archaeological mysteries of all time.
Before we dive into this ancient puzzle, we need to understand a simple but powerful idea. Not all erosion is created equal. Wind erosion is predictable. It carves horizontal lines, sharp edges, and long grooves in a single direction. But water erosion, water leaves a different signature. Deep vertical channels, rounded edges, soft wave-like curves, and pockets carved by flowing and pooling rain. And the strange part? These water erosion patterns cover the Sphinx's enclosure walls. The question practically writes itself. When was there enough rainfall in Giza to carve stone like this?
The story ignited in the early 1990s when geologist Dr. Robert Schoch from Boston University visited the Sphinx. He expected a routine examination, but when he approached the limestone walls, he froze. The patterns were unmistakable to him. The rounded vertical channels caused by prolonged rainfall. Schoch made a statement that shook the academic world. This erosion could only have been caused by heavy rainfall. And the last time heavy rainfall soaked the Giza Plateau was between 7,000 and 9,000 years ago. If the Sphinx was already standing then, that makes it thousands of years older than the pyramids.
Traditional Egyptology insists that the Sphinx was built by Pharaoh Khafre around 2500 BCE. But geologists weren't convinced. They noticed the lower body is far more eroded than the upper plateau. The inner enclosure walls show deep vertical weathering, even though wind can't reach those angles. Restorations revealed that much of this erosion is ancient, not recent. This created something rare in science, a direct clash between two fields, telling two different stories. Archaeology says one thing, geology says another. Both cannot be right.
To understand the mystery, climate scientists studied prehistoric North Africa. Surprisingly, the Sahara wasn't always a desert. From 9,000 to 5,000 years ago, it was a lush, green land. Rainy seasons, lakes, rivers, vegetation stretching across what is now endless sand. If the Sphinx existed during this period, the water erosion makes perfect sense. But if it predates even that period, we might be staring at something older than all recorded Egyptian history.
Another theory suggests the Sphinx we know today is actually a recarved version of a much older statue. Evidence? The head is disproportionately small compared to the body. Stone quality differs between sections. The oldest erosion patterns appear on the body, not the face. It's possible the original statue was something else entirely, a colossal lion or guardian figure from an earlier culture, later resculpted by the pharaohs into a royal likeness. If true, this leads to a haunting question. Who carved the first version?
The biggest clue isn't on the Sphinx itself, but in the enclosure walls surrounding it. These walls are carved into the natural bedrock, and their surfaces tell a dramatic story. Smooth waves, deep vertical channels, and weathering patterns seen only in regions with persistent rainfall. Even more compelling, these walls are partially shielded from wind, meaning the erosion cannot be wind-based. This is some of the strongest evidence that the Sphinx enclosure endured flowing water long before desert conditions took over.
Paleoclimatologists stepped into the debate and confirmed something remarkable. The type of rainfall needed to carve the Sphinx's enclosure last fell on Giza between 7,000 and 9,000 years ago. The geology and climate data agree. This doesn't prove the Sphinx itself is that old, but it proves the stone walls were exposed at that time. That alone contradicts the traditional 4,500-year timeline.
Of course, the archaeological community offered counter-explanations. Some suggested the erosion came from salt exfoliation, groundwater, ancient restoration damage, or wind hitting the walls at odd angles. But geologists pushed back. Salt damage creates flaking, not deep vertical channels. Groundwater doesn't carve curved pockets high above ground level. Wind erosion cannot produce these patterns inside protected corners. And restoration tools leave sharp cuts, not soft, rounded shapes. The debate continues, but with each new study, more pieces seem to support the water erosion side of the puzzle. Here's the question that sends chills down historians' spines. If the Sphinx predates pharaonic Egypt, who carved it? We know humans lived in the region during that time, but they left behind simple stone tools, not monumental architecture. Still, fragments of evidence whisper about forgotten cultures. Megalithic stone circles in Nabta Playa, prehistoric settlements near the Nile, ancient activity at Giza older than any pyramid.
Did an early culture create the original statue, only for it to be claimed and reshaped by later Egyptians? The truth remains buried, both literally and historically. In the past 2 decades, technology has peeled back layers of the mystery. 3D scanning and laser surveying show erosion depths vary drastically from one section to another. The Sphinx was buried under sand for most of its life. The oldest erosion clearly predates its burial. Some enclosure walls are thousands of years older than the pharaohs. These findings support one conclusion: the water damage happened early, long before the desert swallowed the monument.
If the Sphinx truly stood during a wetter climate, or even before that period, the implications are enormous. It might suggest Egypt's civilization has earlier roots than we realize. The pharaohs inherited sacred sites from unknown predecessors. The Sphinx marks a much older human presence on the Giza plateau, or that a sophisticated pre-dynastic society existed and vanished with the changing climate. This doesn't rewrite history, it expands it dramatically.
In the end, the Great Sphinx gives us no answers. It stands exactly as it has for thousands of years, calm, silent, unbothered by our theories and timelines. Its body carries the scars of storms long forgotten. Its walls whisper of rainfall that should not have existed. And its presence hints at a chapter of human history we have barely begun to uncover. Maybe the Sphinx is older than the pyramids. Maybe it belongs to a lost era. Or maybe it guards a truth that will surface only when we learn to ask the right questions. But as the sun sets over the Giza plateau, one thought lingers. If this monument truly stood in the rain, then someone, long before the pharaohs, stood beneath it too. Someone shaped stone on a scale we still struggle to explain. Someone whose name, whose culture, whose world vanished into the desert. The Sphinx remains, a silent witness, a warning that our past is far bigger, far stranger, and far older than we ever imagined. And the real mystery isn't how old the Sphinx is, but how much more of human history lies buried beneath the sands, waiting for us to find it.